Welcome to Parallel Universe. When people hear the name Jeri Ryan, they remember a moment in time that felt almost perfect. A face that dominated television screens. A character that became unforgettable. And a presence that seemed impossible to ignore. At her peak, Jeri Ryan wasn't just famous. She was everywhere. But what many people don't realize is this. Fame doesn't stay forever. And sometimes, what comes after can feel like something entirely different. At the height of her career, her role as Seven of Nine turned her into a global icon. She wasn't just part of Star Trek, Voyager, she became one of the reasons people watched it. Fans admired her strength, her control, her confidence on screen. But behind that powerful image, real life was moving in a very different direction. As her fame grew, so did the pressure. The expectations. The constant attention from media and the public. And then came a chapter of her life that changed everything. A deeply personal situation, something that should have remained private, suddenly became public. Headlines shifted. Conversations changed. And for a moment, it felt like the focus was no longer on her work, but on her personal life. That kind of attention doesn't just fade away overnight. It lingers. And for many actors, moments like that quietly reshaped their path. Jeri Ryan kept moving forward. She didn't disappear. She continued working, taking on new roles, and proving that she was more than just one character. But time has a way of changing everything. The spotlight that once followed her everywhere slowly began to dim. New stars emerged. New faces took over. And the industry moved on, just like it always does. And this is the part that often goes unnoticed. Because from the outside, it doesn't look like a tragedy. But for someone who once stood at the center of global attention, life becoming quieter can feel like a completely different world. Today, Jeri Ryan is still here. Still respected. Still remembered. But the noise is gone. The constant headlines, the overwhelming attention. The feeling of being at the very top. That chapter has passed. And what remains is something far more subtle. A life that is no longer defined by fame, but by distance from it. For fans, it can feel surprising. Because in their minds, she is still that same powerful presence from years ago. But reality moves forward. Careers evolve. Lives change. And the spotlight never stays in one place forever. So when people say her life feels different now, they're not talking about failure. They're talking about contrast. The difference between being everywhere and being remembered. And maybe that's the part that feels the most emotional. Not because something tragic happened, but because something powerful quietly came to an end.